When did rest become something you have to earn? Somewhere between the culture you grew up in and the life you are currently living, rest stopped being a rhythm and became a reward. Something you allow yourself after everything is finished. A treat at the end of sufficient productivity. And everything is never finished. So you never fully rest. You recover just enough to perform again. You spend Sunday in the overflow of Saturday and the preparation for Monday until the day that was supposed to belong to something else belongs entirely to the week. God rested on the seventh day. Not because he was tired. He doesn't get tired. He rested because rest is sacred. Because stillness is not the enemy of purpose, it is part of it. Because he was building a rhythm into creation that he knew you would need and would resist in equal measure. This Sunday, just stop. Not as laziness. As obedience. As the radical countercultural act of trusting that the world will not fall apart in the hours you give back to God. Let's pray. Father, it is Sunday. And I want to receive it as the gift it actually is, not squeeze productivity from it, not feel guilty about what I am not doing, not spend it recovering just enough to perform again tomorrow. I want to actually rest. Which is harder than it sounds. Because somewhere along the way rest became something I earn rather than something you give. Something I allow myself after everything is finished. And everything is never finished. A reward at the end of sufficient output rather than a rhythm you built into the week because you knew I would need it. I am here today, Lord. Not to perform. Not to achieve. Just to be, with you, in the unhurried way that this day was always designed for. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. Father, I confess that I have not been good at this. I have treated rest as laziness in disguise. Filled Sundays with the overflow of the week, the errands that did not get done, the emails that cannot wait, the preparation for Monday that creeps backwards into Sunday until the day belongs to the week rather than to you. I have worn busyness like a badge. Measured my worth in output. Found it easier to keep moving than to stop and face what the stillness surfaces, the unresolved questions, the unprocessed emotions, the parts of myself that only become audible when the noise stops. Forgive me for treating your gift of rest as optional. For running past the rhythm you designed into creation itself. For believing, deep down, that the world needs my effort more than I need your replenishment. It does not. I do. Lord, teach me what real rest looks like today. Not the rest of pure absence, the blank, passive switching off that leaves me emptier than before. But the rest of presence. The rest of being fully here, in this day, in this hour, in this moment, without the divided mind that is always somewhere else. The rest of worship that is not performance. Of prayer that is not petition. Of simply being known by the God who made me, in the unhurried way that intimacy actually requires. Let my body rest, genuinely, without guilt. You made it. You understand what it costs to inhabit it through a full week of living. You are not impressed by my exhaustion. You are inviting me to lay it down. Let my mind rest, from the planning, the problem solving, the relentless forward momentum of a brain that does not know how to stop. Let it be still enough today to hear what only the stillness carries. Let my soul rest, in the deep place that rest is actually for. The place that productivity cannot reach and busyness cannot satisfy. The place that needs you not as a resource but as a presence. He makes me lie down in green pastures, he leads me beside quiet waters, he refreshes my soul. Psalm 23 verses 2-3. Father, thank you for Sunday. For the weekly reminder that I am not defined by what I produce. That my value was settled before I did anything this week, and will not change based on how much I accomplish before Monday arrives. Thank you for the permission built into creation itself, the God who rested on the seventh day not because he was tired but because rest is sacred, because stillness is not the enemy of purpose but part of it, because the rhythm of work and rest was not an afterthought but a design. Let me honor that design today. Lord, I do not come today with a long list. Just this, let me rest.